So we will start on our backs. Good morning. You can bring your arms and your legs out nice and wide. Just gonna adjust my camera a bit. Tuck your shoulders under and just start to settle in to your mat. Take a few deep breaths. Just beginning to breathe in and out through the nose. And just letting your belly become soft, your back body become heavy. Just try to let go of any tension that you're holding onto. And I'm just finding sort of a rhythm with your breath here. So linking your inhales and your exhales together, creating a bit of a flow with that breath. Just letting go of any clenching or gripping in the body. Relax your jaw, your forehead, even your eyes. Just let them be really heavy and still in their sockets. And just breathing in and out through your nose for the next 30 minutes of class. And just keeping that nice steady rhythm of breath going. Just start to rock your head side to side here. Just wake up your neck. Excuse me, wake up your shoulders. And just slow, steady movements back and forth. And then wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, circling wrists and ankles. And then walk the heels together at the back of the mat. Reach your arms up overhead, point your toes. Take an inhale, find a full body stretch. And exhale to relax. Good, one more like that. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And let's bring the feet onto the mat. Pull the knees in toward the chest. You can wrap the arms around your shins and give yourself a gentle squeeze. And pressing down through your lower back as you pull the thighs in. You can give yourself a little rocking here, side to side. Good, and keep your right knee hugged in. You're just going to step your left foot down onto the floor. So instead of extending your leg all the way, just step your foot toward the back edge of your mat. And then pressing down into your lower back, start to pull that right thigh in. So you want to feel that compression between thigh and belly. Good, so every inhale, try to press down through your lower back, feel that connection. And exhale, just gently hugging the thigh in. Good, so we're going to keep that right thigh in. Now start to extend your left leg long. So you're pressing out through the bottom of your left foot. Keep squeezing the right leg in. And you can start to just sort of slide your right leg side to side. So just getting a bit deeper into your hip here. Just waking up that right side. Okay, now keep that right knee back through center. Pull the left thigh in, arms around both of your shins. Give yourself a squeeze. And then left knee in, right foot steps onto the mat. So again, your toes are sort of toward the back edge of your mat. I'm just starting out with a modified window leaping pose. And it's mostly the biceps that are working here to pull that left leg in. And just a few more breaths until we extend the right leg. And then start to press out through that right foot. And you can start to just gently slide the left leg from side to side. Just easy, steady movements. Breath is nice and calm and fluid in and out through the nose. All right, start to pull the right knee back in. Arms around the shins, give yourself a squeeze. And then we're going to keep the right knee in again. Extend your left leg out. Now take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh, and then just start to come into a spinal twist. So drawing that right leg across. You don't have to come all the way. If you want to place a block or a cushion under that left or the right knee rather, you can always do that. You just want to make sure that your shoulders are both rooted. And just breathing into the lowest part of your stomach here. So really filling up, trying to breathe into the lower back. And take about 3 more cycles of breath here. Try not to rush through them. Just really take your time. Good, and just carefully make your way back through center. Hug both of your knees in, give yourself a squeeze, just resetting here. And then left knee in, right leg long, right into that same twist on the opposite side. Just a nice long, easy inhale, filling up right to the top. Slow, smooth exhale to the bottom. And same thing, just about 3 more cycles of breath here. Take your time. End of the third, come back. Both knees hug in. Give yourself a squeeze. Good, now lower your feet onto the floor. You can take either arm overhead, roll onto that side, and you're just going to continue onto your front into a child's pose. Just coming into a wide-legged child's pose. So hips come to the heels. Just relax the forehead. You can have a bit of a bend in your elbows if you like, or you can extend your arms out right away. Good, and just taking a few really deep breaths here. into your back body, just feeling that expansion as you inhale. Let your hips get heavier as you exhale. Walk both of your hands over to the right side of your mat. You can stack your left hand on top. Keep your forehead rooted. You're just going to feel this nice deep stretch through your left side. Let's change sides. Hands over to the left side, right hand on top, and same thing. Rest your forehead, take a few deep breaths. And then come back through center, and forehead roots down. Last couple breaths here. And then from here, so I'm going to give you a couple options. You can either keep your hips back to your heels, and you're just going to reach your right arm underneath, turn your head to the side, and walk your left hand forward. So feeling this in the right shoulder. If that feels like too much, just come up to tabletop and then do it from there and keep your hips lifted. So up to you. Right arm sweeps underneath, palm faces the ceiling. And then for a deeper stretch, you really want to press down through the back of your right hand here. So really drive that hand down. Just getting into that right shoulder. All right, make your way back. You can just reset in a child's pose for a second. And then right into the opposite side. So again, you can come up to tabletop and do it from there, or just from child's pose, weave the left arm underneath. And the left temple is resting onto the mat. And keep trying to inch your right fingertips more toward the top of the mat. You're just going to get a bit of a deeper stretch that way. And we're here for about 4 cycles of breath. So at the end of your 4th breath, just press into that right hand. Come back through center, child's pose. And then press into the hands, come forward into a tabletop position. So from your tabletop, sorry, I just have to adjust the height. My webcam attachment has broke. So you can start just moving through some cat-cows. So on the inhale, you're letting your belly drop down. And on the exhale, you are rolling the shoulders back, scooping through the lower back. So move through about 5 of those, your breath. Try to get this camera situated properly. think that's as good as we're going to get today. All right, so just finishing off your cat-cows. Good. So from here, we're actually just going to move right down onto our stomachs. So you're going to come into something called Sphinx Pose. So this is actually a good position so you can see what it looks like. So you want your feet to be about hip distance apart, and then the tops of your feet are just touching the floor. You're going to walk your elbows just underneath your shoulders. So your forearms are parallel here. Your fingers are spread wide. So the most important thing about Sphinx Pose is we don't want any activation in our glutes or our hamstrings. So right away, just make sure your glutes are totally soft. You're going to press into your palms and then just start to lift the chest, roll the shoulders back just to the point where you feel a bit of compression in your lower back. So nothing that's like sharp or painful or pinching in any way, just a really slight bit of tension. Again, relax your glutes, your hamstrings, and then just start to breathe right into that tension. So right into the lower back. This pose is really good for the flexibility of our low spine. It's definitely a posture that we hold for a little bit longer. So in this one, you can always use props as well. You can kind of tuck a pillow underneath your stomach if you like. You can bow your head forward onto a block. We just want to really try to stay still in this pose. Keep the glutes to hamstrings relaxed and keep that tension on the lower back. And just breathing in and out through the nose. Good, and we'll take about 5 or 6 more breaths here. And just really try to slow that down, take your time, don't rush through them. And the most important part about Sphinx is we always do a counter pose afterward. So at the end of your 5th breath, you can just slowly start to come down. You're going to bring your right arm alongside and take your right ear to the mat. And now bring a 90-degree bend into your left arm. And you can slide your left knee toward the elbow. It's almost like that same position you would have if you were sleeping on your stomach. And you should feel a bit of a release in your lower back here. It's about 3 or 4 breaths. And then once you're done that, we'll do the same counter pose on the opposite side. So you can come back, left arm alongside, left ear to the mat, and then you're bending right arm, right leg. Good. Make your way back through center. You can plant your hands beneath your shoulders, press yourself back to a child's pose. So hips to heels. And just feel that nice opening through the back body. Good, and then just come forward. You're going to come into a seated position. So just another really quick counter pose. Feet are together, you have this nice diamond shape with your legs, and you want a good amount of space between your heels and your pelvis. So again, this is just another counter pose to what we were just doing. Just let yourself round forward here. So you're not pushing yourself forward, just back body is nice and rounded, head is really heavy. And you should feel just a really gentle stretch all the way down your back. Got about 4 or 5 more breaths here. Take your time. And with every exhale, ideally you want to feel your upper body become a bit heavier. So folding a little more forward or just sinking into this a bit further. All right, so slowly start to roll up. You can just take your hands behind you, plant your feet, and then just give your knees a sway. And then we'll head right onto our backs. Just gonna check our time. Perfect. So you can head onto your back. And from here, we're just gonna plant the feet onto the mat about hip distance apart. So just for the last few poses, you can shift your hips just a few inches over to the right. Now cross your right thigh on top, and then we're coming into a twist, so your knees fall to the left. If that feels like too much, you can just uncross your right knee and work from there. If you need a pillow under your knees or a cushion, something to support your legs, that's totally fine. Heavy shoulders. And draw the low abs in. Carefully make your way back through center. Unwind your legs. And then you can shift your hips a few inches to the left. Left thigh on top. Knees right. Gaze left. Heavy shoulders. And then press into the backs of your shoulders. Keep your abs tight. Come back through center. Unwind the legs. Just give your knees one final sway here, back and forth. And then as you bring your knees back through center, walk the soles of the feet together and let your knees fall open. You can have your arms wherever they're comfortable here. The arms at your sides. You can reach up overhead or have your hands to your stomach. And just feeling your thighs, your hips becoming heavier with every breath. And just carefully begin to extend your heels to the corners of your mat. Bring your arms at your sides. Turn your palms up to face the ceiling. And just feeling your breath returning to its natural rhythm, its natural pace. So as always, in every class, especially these more gentle classes, just try to take your time as you go to rise from your mat. You can just gently push yourself up whenever you're ready. But we are done for this morning. Thanks for coming, Jessica.
Thanks a lot, Annie. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Sorry about my camera issues.
No, don't worry about it. These
I'm
classes.
I'm borrowing one from a friend right now, but I have my own actually coming in the mail today, so it should be
okay. Don't worry about it, because these ones I've done it often enough that I could just follow your instructions. I'd probably be okay. That Sphinx one was really good, except my cat was on my back.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I didn't mind. It was cute. Anyway, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Take care.
Bye.